We have a 29-year-old patient who was admitted because of anemia and red blood loss per annum. So this large polyp on a stalk, a granular type polyp, still covered in a little bit of stools, which is probably the reason of the intermittent small amounts of bleeding in the stools. And so we have a pedunculated polyp on a large stalk. And I think the reason we chose to do ESD is because the stalk is quite large, so the endoloop might not help.
I mean, my first impression is, and okay, I'm going off piste, but my first impression is it's got a stalk.
Yeah.
Because that makes a difference. It does,
Yeah.
completely eliminates the reproducibility of that imaging classification, I would say. So that's important, right? So it's got a stalk. So that's very important because we're doing an ESD course. So what is the decision maker about those two techniques? Of course, okay, let's say that you're equally competent at both. What is going to make the decision about whether you do ESD or you do EMR-based technique here?
Yeah, well, I think both have their pros and cons.
So I think two things could happen here. Take the scope out and put a traction band on. So either Peter Yan could sit there and wait for the patient to be turned, or he could be doing something else at the time. And he thinks, I'm saying to him, oh, maybe traction is required, and I could also help, couldn't I? And the other thing is, or he could take it out, and while we are moving the patient, he could be thinking, okay, I'll put the traction band on, and then that's time efficiency, because actually in ESD, what's really a problem is time. It's a huge problem. I mean, it takes a long time. It's very, very difficult, and so if you can maximize the time when you're actually doing something, I think that's critical.